What's up, YouTube? It is LeVar Love of Development University, or The Real on Real Estate. Hey, this is part 2 of my cost series. So I've been doing a series on the cost associated with doing a rehab or a flip. And today I want to talk to you about holding costs. Look, listen here. Let me be honest. Number one, this stuff is boring. Holding costs are boring. It's like it's not the fun stuff. It's not the exciting stuff. But I'm going to be vulnerable here for a minute. On my first couple of deals, this is what I did not understand: the holding cost. These are the costs that can really dig into your pockets. Now, I know you guys got all that money. I know you do, but why spend your money when you don't have to? So I want you to take a few minutes and truly sit down and understand holding costs associated with doing a rehab or doing a flip. You have to understand holding costs and the impact that they have on your profitability on every project. Hold on, I almost forgot. Click, like, and subscribe. So here's the deal. When you are setting up your flip, right? When you're doing all of your numbers, trying to put together your project pro forma, you sit down and you say, hey, based on the team that I have, the team of contractors, so I'll put it down in the link. I did a video on working with one contractor, working with a GC to get a project done. Click on it if you need info about that. How many months is it gonna take me to get this project done? For this project, I said it's gonna take 6 months, all right? Next, I said for the listing period, so I'm gonna list this project. I try to do projects in areas where if I list it today, it's gonna be under contract in 30 days at the very least. In the market that we have today, it shouldn't be, if you put a good product out there, it should not be on the market for more than 2 weeks, period. It should be under contract, right? So when you're understanding holding costs, you need to understand your total holding period. So we got 6 months of rehab. This is a lot of work we're gonna get done. We're doing mechanicals, we gotta get plans, everything. And then next, it's gonna go under contract in 30 days. But guess what? Then you have a due diligence period. You've got the person has to get their financing taken care of. So typically you give them 45 to 60 days to do that. So that's a listing period. I put all of that time in there of 3 months. So we're saying from the time we buy this property to the day we sell it at closing, it's gonna be 9 months. So that's our holding period. Our total holding period for the property is 9 months. Then we have to say, okay, while I have this property for 9 months, what are all the costs every month that I'm gonna have on this property? Hey, I'm using hard money for this project, or I'm using private money. So based on that private money loan, I'm gonna have an interest-only payment every month. So that payment for the loan on this property is $761. Now, you can work that out where you roll it into the loan, it's all paid up front at closing, or you can pay it monthly. That's up to you. I don't want to get into that stuff. This is simply about understanding the cost, the holding cost every month. So I'm gonna have that loan payment, and then guess what? You're gonna have property taxes every month. Now they might get paid at closing, but the reality of it is when you close, they have to be paid. So you have to take in consideration the property taxes that are being accrued every month. Are you gonna have electricity turned on so your contractors can work? If it's winter time, are you gonna have the gas turned on so the property has heat? You wanna have the property at least at 65 degrees so your pipes don't freeze, or above 30 degrees, 40 degrees so your pipes don't freeze. Are you gonna have insurance on the property? That's a monthly cost, okay? And then on top of that, guess what happens? And I didn't take this into consideration on my first couple of projects. You need to get the lawn cut at least every 2 weeks. You want to keep the shrubs cut so it looks like maybe somebody's living there. You don't want to piss the neighbors off because you got 3-foot high grass and shrubs all around the house. So you got to keep the property maintained for the entire time that you have it. So all of those costs total up to $1,081 a month. Now, this is not an all-inclusive list. This is just me giving you some examples of the cost that you would have on a monthly basis. Like I just realized I could probably put an alarm. So because once we put the plumbing in there, once that copper is in our houses, we put an alarm system on the house. Actually, depending on the neighborhood and some houses and how much we're putting into it, we put a camera system in. So that would go under the other category. So that could go up to maybe $1,200 a month in holding cost. So if I'm gonna have this property for 9 months, we're looking at over $10,000 in holding cost. Just because we own this home. Now that we own this home, we bought it, we have costs every month that we have to pay. So a very critical cost associated with rehabbing, flipping, developing projects and properties. And it's something that, once again, guys, I'll be vulnerable. Early in the game, when I started doing this, I did not understand holding costs. I would get to the closing table after I fixed up the house and look up, and my profit would be drastically decreased versus what I expected in the beginning. And it would be because of holding costs. $10,000. All right? You have to take that into consideration. Hey, if you have questions, feel free, ask me, put it down in the comment section. Like I said, I'll put a couple of links down below. This is a series that talks through the cost associated with buying, flipping, rehabbing real estate. All right, hey, listen up. This is just quick information, good content I want to put out there. And as always, this is LeVar Love giving you the real on real estate. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you guys soon.